Well, hello and welcome back. My name is Holiday Duck, and this is, yes, tips and tricks on how to be a successful YouTuber from the start. Now, we left off last time hinting at the topic of creating your own persona. And to me, this is by far one of the most important parts of successful YouTube careers. Now, before we get underway, I know we got some gameplay in the background, and gotta say, got some pro pub star action going on. We got 115-4 gameplay to you, and this is Hardpoint on Meltdown, and I'm abusing the Hardpoint point system 100%, and I cherry pick spawns like the best of them. And this is 6v6. This isn't a ground war, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Let's get back to the topic that I know you're all so eager to get your hands on. Now, I get a lot of questions, comments, asking, individual help. Doc, will you help me develop from the start? Now, I really just can't do that. That's why I've created this series, give you generalized tips and tricks and ideas on what you can do to set yourself ahead and, set yourself up for success. Obviously, I can't guarantee anything, but I'm going to do my very best to, highlight some of the major features and flaws that I've gone through and worked through, and things that if I had a chance to go back and do over, I would 100% change. One of those things is obviously my persona. I don't think I fully utilized a lot of my potential and what I really could have done with my YouTube channel and MLG sort of stuff, and everything just kind of built together. Number one, I'm a little bit negative towards alternate games that are not Call of Duty. That's a big no-no in successful careers. You should never ever say that you don't like another game. Even if you don't like it, just be like, it's not my thing, I don't play it enough. But never tell anybody you don't like something, because you will turn off viewers and you will turn off any potential subscribers from liking your content from a simple statement as, I don't like Battlefield. Now, I did that. And, not to say I don't like Battlefield now, because I played the hell out of it on PC, and once I got my hands on it, my opinions changed. So let's go over everything that is kind of built around your online, persona, your online presence. Obviously, you have to think about your age demographic. Who are you reaching out to? And your gamer demographic. Are you going for a more public presence, casual gamer, or a pro gamer, hardcore gamer who wants to see the best type of stuff? You need to think about your game variety, what kind of content you're going to be posting, and how you can kind of work around that. Your ability to vlog or show you're a real person. So, when you create, your online character, you got to remember that people want to be able to relate to you. You have to be personable, and you have to be identifiable. You need to be able to capture your audience, not only in a voice matter or voice overlay, but as a person. They want to be able to relate to you, see who's behind the microphone, and really get a feel of who this guy is and befriend him on the internet. That's exactly how successful YouTubers work. They create a 100% likable persona that everybody wants to either contact, be friends with, talk to, or learn from. So these are major things that you have to account for. And one of the things I did, obviously, I'm going to point out a lot of my flaws just because, your best critic is yourself. One thing I did that, set me way behind the bar was I chose a very small niche group of people to appeal to. Right when I first started YouTube, I guess you could say semi-pro. So I appealed to the semi-pro community, the AM teams that were grinding day in, day out, learning tips and tricks, game battles, tutorials, stuff like that. I didn't appeal to the high-up pros because, they're not going to learn from me. I didn't appeal to the public players because at that point, public players didn't really understand what they were watching. Competitive gameplay was eluding their whole idea of what fun is. And I didn't leave myself open to try new games or new audiences for new games. So I closed the doors before I even got started. That's one thing you need to solve out of the gate. You can't be a one-game, a one-show guy anymore. It just doesn't work. You're not going to get to that point where success is coming in the form of paycheck where you don't have to go to work anymore. It just doesn't work that way. You need to be broad and open-minded. And when you create your, what you're going to do, You have to brand yourself accordingly. Now, we talked about branding a little bit in the previous video as far as graphics, overlay, and just your professional overlook. But you also, one thing I left out that is crucial is your name. Who are people going to recognize you by? What is your name going to be? Who is your online character? What is he called? And I made a huge mistake. Huge mistake. My first YouTube channel was called Feta Error. And I say Feta because I spelled it with an I, because Fatal Error was taken. Where did Fatal Error come from? Well, 12 years ago when I first started playing online shooters on PC and even SOCOM on the PlayStation 2, I used a character named Fatal Error, and that was my gamertag forever. So when I started my YouTube channel in 2006, and that's just to view videos, I created it. And instead of understanding of what was in store for me in the future, I just kept with that name, and I really should have gone back and done these things and really evaluated what I could do here, but I just didn't have anybody to tell me otherwise. So anytime I recommend to a new YouTuber how to start and what to kind of go with off the start, I 100% make sure that they create their gamer tags the same name, their Twitter account's the same name, their YouTube channel is the same name, their Twitch TV is the same name. Every aspect of your social media presence has to be the same, identifiable upon search or first glance. People don't want to look for is Sniper35725 YouTube channel, is like Hutch's example, Sean H57204, whatever. It's really hard, and he got lucky, people identified, and he was successful, but that's 1 in a million. When you look at my channel, a lot of questions when I was on the rise to success, gaining a couple hundred subs a day, was is this really Holiday Doc's channel? Because it says Fatal Error at the top. I don't understand, and that killed me. That killed my growth, stunted my growth, and I really wish I could have gone back. Another thing about being personable, when you create content and you're vocalizing over anything, you're sharing your opinions, you have to be careful on what opinions you share. You have to be open-minded to everything. You have to remember, people may get a recommended video from you, and you get 15 seconds to introduce yourself, and if you say something stupid or say something that they don't like and they don't like it, or you say something about a game that they play that they like that you don't like, you're not going to get that subscriber. So you got to always be on your grind. You got to remember your opening line has to be something that's positive, friendly, and inviting for all ages and audience groups. So, like, for example, Nadeshot just recently started bleeping out his intro to his YouTube videos, and for the longest time he said, what the F is up, but without censor. And he's realized that for future branding and business aspects of this YouTube game, he has to be able to approach really professional businesses and people who may be shy from the gaming aspect but can see the professionalism. And in order to do that, you have to change what you do on a daily. And what he did there was eliminate a little bit of the profanity to appeal to a larger audience base or to younger audience base. That's going to help him in the long run, 100%. And a lot of questions I get to, just kind of wrapping up here, we're almost done, is young kids. Now, I know it's going to be heartbreaking, but your voice does matter. How you sound to the people does matter. So if you're a young kid and you sound really young, you're going to have a very difficult time starting off. And I know it's a shitty situation, but it is what it is. Most of the community doesn't want to log on, and I hate to use the term and listen to a squeaker, because it just doesn't work. So wait a couple years and put all these tips and ideas and start developing your YouTube channel now. Get all your ideas ready. Get yourself set up for the future, because that's all this series is about, is helping people come up in the world. Not very many people are there to help the next guy create success, and that's what I'm all about, because I feel like we need more people to come up with some better YouTube morals, quote unquote, and just have a good time and diversified content, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have a lot to offer. We just haven't given them the chance yet. So with that said, please leave a comment down below. If you have anything to say, any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up. And help me on my way to my 10K goal on Twitter. I'm 300 followers away from hitting that. So if you guys could, click the link down below, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. I'm out.